Hey guys, Liquid here, and welcome back to Let's Answer Some Questions. As always, post questions below and I shall answer them next week. Let's get started. Red Robin asks, what's your favorite Spider-Man costume from the movies, the comics, and the games? Now, I'm not really one that is very finicky about costumes, and honestly, I don't really, for the most part, I don't really see the differences. Like if I see them like arranged out, like here's the costume from this, here's the costume from this, I'll identify them and whatnot. But like off the top of my head, I can't really remember specific costumes. But I'm gonna treat these as like three different questions here. Like I'd say, actually that's probably a bad idea. Like I was just thinking about the games, and I was just thinking of how like you have the Spider-Man one for the PS1, where he's like he has like no web lines on him. He's like completely red, and then Spider-Man 2 they like introduce like the web armpits and whatnot. Trying to think of like the movies. I think the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man costume was pretty good. Like the one that they use in those movies. I'm not sure. I know that there might be people out there that are like, oh, it's inaccurate to the comic books or something, but I feel like that was a good costume design. I do wish I wish that in Spider-Man 3 I wish they had used the actual like Venom logo for the black suit rather than just color the suit black and white. I know when I think of Spider-Man costumes, like alternate Spider-Man costumes, I always think of Alex Ross here, because I think because in a lot of those old Spider-Man games, Alex Ross Spider-Man is often like a costume thing, where I think, you know, Alex Ross is just a fellow that I'm pretty sure like he's he just like was a comic book artist, and I guess like he wasn't an actual. Like, I tend to, like, think of Alex Ross for some reason as, like, being, like, a character in Spider-Man who, like, made some sort of costume or something. I'm not really sure where I was going with that. I think so this is, like, the Alex Ross Spider-Man, I guess. I don't know, he's, like, very popular. But I'd say maybe, I'd say, like, to get an answer out, I'd say possibly just the Tobey Maguire films. Zabas asks, what's your favorite Spider-Man game? I'll probably say Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 or Ultimate Spider-Man, also for PS2. Zabas asks, want to know how I got these stars? Sure. Royal Guard says, yeah, Liquid. S. Sneaky Viper asks, are you ever going to play the Fallout games, particularly Fallout 3? I watched your Skyrim playthrough back in the day and have always wondered. I have no current plans to do so, and honestly, I think with games like Fallout and whatnot, you know, there's big open world games like, you know, Elder Scrolls and Fallout tend to be very. I'd say that they're very difficult, and they require especially like for Let's Playing. Rather difficult and require just a lot of time and whatnot to actually get done, because there is so much to do that it's easy to kind of underestimate how much, you know, what like go into it not really knowing what it is you want to do with that series, if that makes sense. Like my Skyrim Let's Play, like to this day is not complete. I'm not sure if I will ever go back to it, because at this point, you know, it's been so long, I'm not sure what I was doing. But it's the type of thing where, you know, when I first played Skyrim, you know, I was playing it for hours upon end, you know, listening to podcasts and whatnot. And obviously when you record, you're usually only recording for like an hour or two at a time. And so just the logistics of it are just very different. Like for doing, like, you simply really can't have lots, like, I'm sure like some people, you know, that like, you know, that your 24-hour live streamers or whatever could like do something like that, but like for me, like that it was just a lot of hassle. And so I basically, like, in my Skyrim thing, I kind of said something like, you know what, the main goal of this thing is just to do all, like, the main quests or whatever, like, do all the main quests in guilds or something like that. But even then, like, there's so much to do, like, and you would have those, you know, entire videos where nothing's really happening. And so for that reason, like, I sort of would put off, like, just a big open world game like Fallout, probably. Though that said, I'm pretty sure Fallout 3 is more linear than, like, Elder Scrolls. Like, there's just, like in total, there's only, like, you know, there are much fewer quests than, like, your typical Elder Scrolls game, I think, in Fallout 3. So, you know, I'm not gonna completely write it off, but I would not hold your breath looking for it. XX asks, who is your favorite superhero? I'd probably say Spider-Man, because he's not really the only one that, you know, I've really followed closely at some point in my life, even though I don't really follow him too much these days. But, you know, as a child, I always enjoyed Spider-Man. But that's all the questions for this week, folks. Hopefully you fellas have enjoyed. Hopefully people enjoy the Ratchet and Clank Let's Play that's currently going up. I had a lot of fun with that. Really enjoyed that game. And the HD remaster thing is really good. And shows the game in very good quality. But till next time, post questions below, and I'll answer them next week. Look it out.